Hello and welcome to today's video. This is a quick progress update on the restoration of the 1995 Solectria E10. As you can see, we now have two power connectors back here for the motor controllers. I added this one. It is actually a new one because I don't know if this will show up on camera here, but this guy was cracked. Can you see that? Can kind of see it if I stretch it out there, but yeah, it's cracked along the edge here. It's cracked all the way through, so it was holding on by a thread. So I went ahead and replaced it with a new one. Well, a new used one. Another thing I did is I've labeled them. See, this has now got 2 red zip ties and 2 black zip ties, whereas this guy's got 3 red zip ties and 3 black zip ties. And those actually correspond to the cables in here. So here's the main positive here. These are the 3 red zip ties and the 2 red zip ties. Those are one-to-one connections to these two, to the positive sides of each of these, to the motor controllers. The other side here is the negative. This is got 3 black zip ties on it. So this is one of the main negatives. The other main negative is on the front battery box. And this is the main accessory power. It still has an old 30 amp automotive fuse in there, which is not rated for 144 volts, so I'm going to replace that with a different one. There's 2 cables that run from the front battery box to the back battery box. This is one of them. I put 2 blue zip ties. The other one is this guy. He's got 2 yellow zip ties on it. The purpose of these wires changes depending on how big of a stack you're running. If you're running 2 stacks in parallel, 3 stacks in parallel, or 1 stack in or just one stack. So those can be used to, if your pack is split between, so you've got half of it in the back battery box and the other half in the front, you can use one of these cables to join the 2 together, and then you would use the other one to return the main negative. Since we only have 1 negative back here, we got to pick up the other one, which is in the front battery box. So that lets you do that. We also got the temperature probes here for the battery chargers, and this is 240 volts AC for the rear heat pad that goes in here, and we'll have something similar in the front. Let's go over there real quick here. So the front battery box, you can see we've got the main negative. This is got the 2 zip ties on it. That corresponds to the one in the back there that had the 2 black zip ties on it. And then again, we've got the blue cable, 2 blue zip ties, and yellow cable with the 2 yellow zip ties on it. So, oh, and then we also have our 240 volt, 220 AC, 240 AC front heater pad power, and the 2 temperature sensors for the front box here. One goes to each battery charger. This truck has 2 BC1000 battery chargers in it. They're 1 kilowatt each, and they just work in parallel. And these are the ones that were cut off, so I soldered them back on and hooked them up, and those are in here now. Let's see what else. So, I also got some metal pieces here, aluminum. I think it's 92 thousandths. I forget what gauge that actually is. But these hold the front battery box cover on, because it actually doesn't extend this far because it would hit the part here of the car. So it's got a step back, and so I gotta drill some holes, pick up these 2, and then put some, I've got some, what are those called, clinch nuts to put in here, so that the front battery box goes into those. And the same with the back one. This one goes all the way back there in the corner, and it picks up the 2 bolts back there, go in here. So I gotta drill that and do that, and then we'll be able to mount the front battery box cover on the front battery box. But other than that, just been doing a lot of rewiring, and making sure everything's good. Hooked up, the battery chargers are now hooked up, so we got to test those. Still got to modify the battery or the motor controllers. Going to put the customer wanted the RS422 to RS232 adapter installed, so we're gonna do that. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.